Let's start with number 1. We're finding the greatest common factor of the terms in each of the following expressions. So we have 6ab minus 8a squared. Two numbers that multiply together to get 6 are 3 and 2. Very good. Are those prime? All right, so I circle those. Two numbers that I can multiply together to get 8. 2 and 4. Go ahead and circle 4. 2. I did it. I just didn't say it right. All right. Two numbers I can multiply together to get 4. 2 and 2. Very good. Circle those. So I have 6 over here is 2 times 3. Oh, my voice cracked.
Negative.
2. Thank you. I can always count on Jemiah to help me out. All right. Two numbers I have in common. 2. Thank you. And then let's go ahead and look at that variable. All right, I have AB, or I have A and a B, and then I have A squared.
It's going to be 2B.
No, it's going to be 2.
I mean 2A.
Why would it be 2A?
Because that you got to go with the lowest one. And so it's only 1, and it's a square. So go with the 1, and the other one ain't got no B.
But, okay, would it be A squared, or would it be, pretend this is A to the first.
It's
It's just going to be 2A.
Oh, you're saying your answer is 2A. Gotcha. I thought you were saying 2 A's. Gotcha. Yes. So, my answer, my greatest common factor is going to be 2A. I don't have a B in my second term, and my least number of A's that I have is going to be 1. Very good. Box your answer and call number 1 a day. All right. Second one, we have 32x squared y to the 5th minus 24x to the 5th y cubed.
2 and 16.
2 and 16, okay.
Then 4 and 4, and then 2 and 2, and then another 2 and 2. That's the answer.
All right. Two numbers that multiply together to get 24.
8 and 3. Then 4 and 2. And then 2, 2. And then another 2.
Very good. All right, let's bring those over. So we have 32 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Perfect. I have negative 24. I got it that time, Jemiah. You see that? All right, I have 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Okay, what numbers do I have in common? 3 2s.
I thought it was 5 2. But I'm not sure. Maybe I'm sure.
You're not sure. It's right. It's 5 2.
Well, yeah, it is. Oh, she just added. Yeah, I had to do
I got you. All right, so now I have 3 2s.
So there's 6.
So how many times am I going to multiply? 2 times 2 times 2. Very good. So my greatest common factor is going to be
6 squared y cubed.
not 6. What's 2 times 2 times 2?
Oh, snap.
8, right? Very good. X squared, what, Haley? Y to the third, right?
To the third?
How'd you get that, Brendan? That's the lowest exponent, right? It's the smallest one. Both of our numbers have at least 3 y's and at least 2 x's. So my greatest common factor is going to be 8x squared y cubed. How's everybody doing so far?
Okay.
Good? Okay. Awesome. All right, let's go down to this bottom one now. So I have 15 CD plus 6 DE minus 10 CE. All right, 2 numbers that multiply to get 15. Perfect. Those are both prime numbers, right? 2 numbers that multiply to get 6.
2 times 2.
Very good. All right, and 2 numbers that multiply together to get 10. 2 and 5. All right, I'm going to go ahead and write those out just so I can stay organized. So I have 15 is 3 times 5. 6 is 2 times 3. And negative 10 is 2 times 5. Okay, do I have any numbers in common? No, I don't. So let's go ahead. It is 1. Very good. Thank you, Isaiah. But let's go ahead and double check with my variables. So I have a C. I have a D for the first one. I have a D and an E for the second one. And I have a C and an E. Now, do all 3 of the numbers have a C in common?
No.
No, they don't. This one does not have a C. Do they all have a D in common?
Nope.
This one does not have a D. Do they all have an E in common?
Nope.
No. So, if I have nothing in common, what is my greatest common factor going to be? Isaiah, you already said it. Can you say it one more time for me? 1. Very good. My greatest common factor is going to be 1 because I can multiply all these numbers by 1 to get themselves. Okay? Does everybody have the front page of your opener?
Yeah.
Good. Feeling good about it?
Yeah.
Perfect. You guys have a back?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, mine says 24, but it's not. That's the back of your opener. That's all right. That's all right. So this is the same thing that we did yesterday. I have my front number, my 8x squared y cubed. What is that considered when I'm finding, when I'm writing it in my area model?
Your height.
It's my height. Very good. Thank you, Kelsey. What I'm missing in those parentheses is what? My width. And what I have over here is what? So height times width equals area. Great. So from here, I can plug in what I know. I'm going to go ahead and plug in this 8x squared y cubed on the side here because that's where my height goes.
I got a question.
Yes.
Ain't that gonna be 3? Ain't that gonna be 3x cubed?
We are going to find out. I would love it if you could help me out to figure it out for sure.
I got you.
All right, thank you. All right, so from here, let's find the width. We're missing the width of this first rectangle. So let's go ahead and plug in the information that we have. We know that area is height times width, so we're going to write 8x squared y cubed initially. Multiply it by a number we're not sure of yet. But we do know that the area we're going to get is going to be 32x squared y to the 5th. So what number can I multiply, or what is 32 divided by 8? 4. Thank you. 4. Now I have x squared here, and my area already has x squared. So do I need another x? No. Up here, my height is y cubed, but my area is going to be y to the 5th. So how many more y's does my width need to have? 2, right? So I have y squared. So if I take 8 times 4, I get 32. X squared with no x is x squared. And y cubed times y squared is y to the 5th. Very good. So I know that my first width is 4y squared. Now let's go ahead and plug in the numbers for my second rectangle. I have 8 x squared y cubed times blank equals negative 24 x to the 5th y cubed. Negative 3. Thank you. So negative 3 times 8 is negative 24. X what, Isaiah? X to the 3rd. And then I already have a y cubed in my height, so I don't need a y cube or another y in my width. Very good. So 8 times 3, 24, x 3rd, x to the 5th, y cubed, no y cubed. Very good. Now, do not forget that you have to put your width, you have to finish your picture. So we're going to go ahead and put our widths up here on top where they belong. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plug these numbers in up here as well. So I have 4y squared minus 3x cubed. Now, Miss Lidikin, I have a question about this one myself. You can leave it, you would change that to a minus, right? That positive sign. Or do you flip it and make it in alphabetical order? Or would that mess up the picture?
Let me refer back. It's been a year since I've calculated it.
Oh.
Let me see here. 424.
I don't know, did we do, what worksheet did we do yesterday?
I want to say,
I'm sorry, what did you say?
What worksheet did we do yesterday?
6-4.
Oh, so
You
let's
turned
see
it in.
okay, so
We took 6-5 away.
Oh.
there's 2 ways. So what Miss Melt just said, would you flip it so that it's in order with the negative first and then the squared or the cube first because you go in the order? You can do that. So you could write it as negative 3x cubed plus 4y squared.
So is it optional?
Yeah, it seemed like it.
Or you could leave it as it's written. So 4y squared plus negative 3x cubed. But if you're going to write it that way, what should you do so it doesn't look as confusing?
Put it in parentheses.
Put what in parentheses?
The
The
3.
negative 3x cubed. Yeah.
Thank you.
That was a good question because, like I said, I had to look it up.
All right, if everybody's feeling comfortable with that, please go ahead and pass it over to Mr. McFarland, will you? Thank you.